Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Sorry, the phone died. Okay, yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Okay, should be good to go. I hope you all can see and hear. I hope you get to join. Yeah, my phone died. I thought I had it plugged in, but it wasn't, apparently. Hi, Christy. Sorry about that. The other phone died, so this one's better. The sound should be way better. Yeah, the sound should be way better on here. And the view's a little better. I got you, Red Squeak. Audio's good? Good. Yeah, YouTube and Kick are back up now. So, alright, so I have to make the glow-in-the-dark glass pipes. So I can't do that on TikTok. It's against the terms of service. So we'll be doing it on here. The flame looks really cool though. I don't know why, but this Lucky Lex, how are you? The picture to me on YouTube always looks better than TikTok. I don't know why. But to me, the clarity is way better. The color and clarity look fantastic on YouTube. I know it does, right? I am going to start a little blog here on YouTube too, so if you want to hit the follow button on my YouTube, that would be wonderful. I'm just going to kind of go over some stuff like daily life, how I prepare for the day, like getting ready to do the glass blowing, what it takes to, you know, start it up in the morning, like prepping the engine. You know, what goes into everything, and, you know, just chatting. Hi, what's up? How's everybody doing? Sorry about the hiccup there. My phone died. I really thought I had it plugged in. I guess I didn't have it in all the way. And that's why the audio started sounding like crap. Because the phone was prioritizing everything but the audio. You're subscribed! Woohoo! I am going to start doing a lot more on YouTube. I have a lot more freedom with stuff. I know. I shouldn't have done it. Hi, Catastrophic. How are you? But you all can say whatever you want on YouTube, and then I can respond however I want with, you know, a little more freedom than TikTok. TikTok's really restrictive right now. I mean, I can't say certain things on there without them going, you know, super ballistic. Like if I say the word, like I have a pattern I call zigzag, like zigzag. If I say that on TikTok, it flags me because it thinks I'm referring to zigzag rolling papers, wrapping papers, or whatever they are. So it flags my stream for that. They are very crazy. I'm going to be super honest on. I hope that TikTok does change over a little bit to a new app. On September 5th, I think it's going to be a positive. I know a lot of people are angry about it, but I think it'll be good. Two reasons. One, it's going to implement some new stuff. But two, everybody's going to have kind of a fresh start again. I don't think it's going to be like the book. I don't know. I have a funny feeling it's going to be Instagram on steroids. Yeah, the censorship is really, really bad. Like, I can't say that the pattern zigzag. And that to me was kind of like where I was kind of drawing the line of, I didn't dig that part. You know, the censorship is just too much. Yeah, being flagged for everything under, oh yeah, for the book, yeah. Everything gets flagged. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Why they would do that. But it's not my app, so we'll see. Alright, so what happens, very similar to the Ghost. A lot of stuff starts out exactly the same way. Okay. You have your initial core of things that you make. Ooh, damn it. Before I go too far, I gotta grab tools. Wouldn't be able to get too far without that. I know, right? They report every little thing. But I am hoping that the new TikTok app, whatever they're calling it, M2 or whatever, I think at the beginning you're going to have a lot looser terms. I'm sure they're going to implement some, as it goes, they'll implement some safeguards of stuff. But the way currently TikTok is, it's really hard to get past some of the guardrails. Yeah, no kidding, Beth. But yeah, it's really hard to get past some of those guardrails. And it's just crazy. I'm not complaining about TikTok. It is a great app. It is really, really good. But over like the past year, it's gotten very, very crazy with what they allow and don't allow. Alright, so same thing with the Ghost. We melt in that glow-in-the-dark glass. But this time I'm going to pull it kind of a little bit longer and a little bit like this. Now the one I'm doing now is called an outside twist. And what makes it that version of a piece is I'm going to implement these basically little, I don't know what to call it, little ridges, if you will. Yeah, you got to add zigzag, definitely. And like the one live stream that I was doing where we were having a lot of fun and I was roasting the marshmallows, it will be just for America, yes. But I was roasting the marshmallows. I got flagged for roasting that marshmallow 4 different times. For just roasting marshmallows on my torch. One of them they said was drugs and alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, one of them was, drugs and alcohol. The other was dangerous activity. So apparently roasting marshmallows is dangerous. Yeah. But what I'm hoping they do away with on the new app, and I'm probably going to get stoned for it. I hope they do away with the people that are just doing battles. Like, that's all they do is battles. Nothing but battles. I don't see a point to that. I know they've never been to a bonfire. That's the one thing I hope they do away with. You know, it's okay to have a battle, but you should be doing something for the battle. And that's where I'm hoping they do change it a little. Because I've seen a few creators on there, and that's all they do. Yeah, that's all they do is just go in and battle, battle, battle. They don't do anything except battle. And scream out loud, you know, send me a galaxy, send me this, send me that. And it's like, I couldn't do that. Yeah, right, Red Squeak, I get it. All right, so you can see all those ridges in there now. Now it looks really, this looks really bad at the moment, but this is where it starts to take shape. It doesn't have to look really good in the beginning. It just has to look good in the end. So getting there, nothing has to be perfect, like to get there. So we heat it up, and this is where we start making it look perfect. Well, that was my other thing is I don't know what's going to happen with all, I don't know what's going to happen with all these agencies on TikTok when it shifts over. You know, right now, if you're in an agency, they can protect you from your account getting banned. Are they going to have that same power with the new app? I don't know. See, now we got that nice twist going. I know, you're not allowed to ask for gifts. You are allowed to, how should I put it? You are allowed to say, if collectively we get 5 galaxies, I'll throw this piece in the water. That you are allowed to do. But you are not allowed to say, you know, do this and you get X from one person. First time you've been with an agency? What agency did you go with, Lucky Lex? So just a couple tips though. You can't have 2 accounts apparently and be in an agency. So that's bad. That's why I got removed from my agency from TikTok. TikTok took me out of my agency. And that's what I was talking about earlier today. They actually just forcibly removed me. And I was a little peeved at that. What's up, Ray? How are you? Yeah, they removed me entirely. So the agency's trying to fight to get me back in, but it's not, I don't know if it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I'll wait till September and see what happens. So I was in a different agency. I'm not going to name it, but I was in a different agency on a different account. And this is why I changed accounts. For those, I'm not on TikTok, so I can actually explain it. So I was on a different agency on my other account, Fiery Guy. And I said, hey, no, we won't have to create a new account. It's supposed to migrate over. No, the agency didn't take me out, TikTok did. itself. But, so I was with a different agency on Fiery Guy. And I said, hey, you know, I want to become a live pro. You know, what does it take, you know, to be a live pro streamer? I don't want to do battles, but I want to be a live pro. How do I do that? Ray, we're making a glass pipe. This is why I have to do it over here and not on TikTok. This is like one of the things I make a lot of back in the day. So anyway, I said, how do I become a live pro? And they were like, well, we got to meet with you secretly. You got to use the Signal app. That's a thing bad right there. You know, using Signal as an app. Anyway, they don't encourage you to become a live pro. They encourage you to become a TikTok coach. And the way they do it, I'm going to put this in here temporarily to heat it up. So what happens, oh, the pipes, I think, I don't know what they are. I know I can sell that for $30. I know I can sell those for $30. So anyways, they go, we want to make you a live coach. I was like, okay, how does that work, an account coach? And they said, well, what happens is you sell the coaching for $300 and you guarantee that they're going to get 10,000 followers from coaching. That you're going to guarantee they get 10,000 followers or they get their money back. And I was kind of like, how can I guarantee that? And they were like, well, here's the secret. You can go to this site and it costs you $60 to buy 10,000 followers. And you just put their account information in there and you buy 10,000 followers for $60 and then you make $240. And I was like, no, I don't want any part of that. I want zero part of that. I don't want any of it. So, yeah. So basically, you collect 300, you tell someone that you're going to help them with their account, you make up some crap, and then you buy 10,000 followers for $60. Exactly, Lucky Lex. I was like, I don't even know if that's legal. And I left, and I said I want out of the agency, and they wouldn't let me go. They said, no, we're not going to let you out. So that's why I abandoned the Fiery Guy. And then I figured out you can do a business account. Right, exactly, Lucky Lex, but they don't care about that. So then I figured out I could do a business account. In a business account, you're not eligible for live gifts anymore. You can't collect any live, you can go live, but you can't collect live gifts. So I said, well, screw it, I'll turn my account to a business account. I can always go back to creator. But now, if I'm in an agency and I go live, I can't collect any gifts. It's pointless for them to have me because they can't make any money off it. So anyway, I think that's who reported me on the Glowworks account, that group, and they removed me. TikTok did from the new agency, and they're working to get me back, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily work. But yeah, they could definitely get flagged for having false engagement, but they don't care. That's what I was just like, you're hurting someone's account. They're like, it doesn't matter. You're making $240 everybody, every time. I do, Ray. Go to glowpipes, glowpipes.com. Glowpipes.com. There's also an Etsy store. My Etsy store is glow pipes as well. There. But yeah, that's what the whole agency thing was about, and why I couldn't mention it on TikTok, because I know they're watching. And that's why have you all noticed my numbers have gone significantly down? On the live stream. That's why. Because that happened. Oh, that's okay, Beth. It happens. I mean, things happen. Yeah, that's why my live stream has gone down. So it's important when I'm on TikTok for sharing, hitting the like buttons. And then if you're gonna gift, big gifts are really cool and they help a lot, but also lots of little ones. Yeah. So any type of engagement gets me back into the FYP. Yeah, because I used to have like 400 or 500 people in my chat at times. And then it dropped down to like 40. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I couldn't figure it out. So I did try the other night adding the ghosts and the hummingbirds on my live stream. And then you notice the numbers went back up because TikTok's making a commission off of everything I'm selling. So that's why I've been doing a lot of that. And now the numbers are coming back up. But anyway, I'm going to be on YouTube a lot more. No, the big gifts do a lot, Christy. They do a tremendous amount. The big gifts count a lot too. They absolutely do. But also little gifts also count. So it's a combination of both. Any type of community engagement, so chatting in the chat box helps a tremendous amount. Any of the gifts helps a tremendous amount. The likes and then the shares, also sharing also helps a tremendous amount. So all those things combined, TikTok says, okay, this is a popular live stream, let's put it up in the For You page. And I'm fighting to get back there because they removed me completely from it. Yeah, individual engagement. And then the big ones count too, though, because they go, oh wow, they're getting, big gifts as well. But yeah, so those are all things that happen. But I am going to start doing a lot, like I said, on here and implementing more. But I do need to get some rest. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And thank you for joining me. Hit the subscribe button on here. Definitely going to be doing a lot more YouTube stuff. And the YouTube is going to have kind of like a daily blog. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I don't know much about blogs, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And you'll kind of see behind the scenes in the studio what happens. Lucky Lex, thank you for joining. Everybody, thank you for joining me over here. It means a lot. And then there's another channel called Kick, K-I-C-K. I'm also on there. I do like Kick because they treat their content creators very well. It's a newer platform, but it's really good. So check out there too. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm super tired, and thank you guys. I really appreciate you all. You're amazing. All of you are an amazing group of people. Internet, thank you. Yeah, hit the like, thumbs up. Thank you so much. I just really appreciate all of you. I will see you later. Good night. Okay, this one we have to end way over here.